Hi, I'm Sarah,
And I'm Amanda,
and this is I'm Your Mother Now podcast.
episode 16. Damn.
I was going to say I'm not your mother now podcast, but that's
Honestly,
not true.
it's it's whatever you want it to be. It's your art, Sarah. Okay?
It's our art.
It's our art, and I will give you creative license.
I feels crazy. I think you should think about that before you
I
just say
mean,
things.
you said to me that if it's not fun, then we
Then it's
shouldn't be
not
doing
worth
it.
it. Yeah, then it
Um,
sucks.
and so here we are having
Not
fun, even though I
having
can't
fun.
find my expensive microphone that is for this. I guess I could hold
Yeah.
this, but this isn't going to help our audio for later. I'll tell you
No, I
that.
don't think I think you shouldn't do that because you don't need to do that. That's weird. But it'll be okay for now because this is going to be a big sis heavy talking episode, right?
Hmm.
But before we get into that, so finally, 3 weeks later, we are actually going to read a listener's chart live on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, life
happening.
really happened. Life really happened. We were like, well, we'll be right back.
After this
And
random 2 week break, bye.
it was, you know what? It was nice though. It was nice, but I missed it. I did miss talking to you. I missed being here and
Yeah.
talking to everyone.
See? Yeah, it's like a thing now.
It is.
It's part of your world.
Yeah. It's like my little talk show that I'm
Well,
in.
it actually is exactly that. Anyway, so sad we're not together and just snuggling in bed.
Ugh, I
Ugh,
know.
I
I
know.
know.
I
I
know.
know.
I know. I kind of like so the plan, okay, anyway, here we are. The plan is to do a chart, and I don't know if we'll have time for two because we might have time for two. So, Beth, actually, will you do me a favor, Beth, and message me your birth deets again? But wait, actually, can you send me an email? Here's my email. This is going to be so weird. I'm so sorry. We can edit this part out.
So hopefully we do get to it. I don't know. We don't have like a ton of time this
No, because you have a tight one this
yeah.
morning.
Yes, I have other obligations, if you will.
Okay, that's my email for everybody. You all know it anyway, but send me your chart details there because when I'm live, I'm not gonna be able to see my DMs. So if we don't get to yours today, we will pop it in for next time. But it's gonna be fun. Reading charts is fun. Okay,
Hmm.
there she is. Okay, so we're gonna get started with chart readings and. For everybody who is wondering why read a chart, although these days everybody does seem to be an astro girly, hey?
It is true. It is true.
It is true. I'm going
Yeah.
to tell you a little bit about how I read charts because I'm not a professional astrologist person.
You're not?
Um, no, I'm not a professional. I'm a self-taught witch. So back in the day before I was a therapist, I did a lot of intuitive readings with my clients, and I would incorporate astrology, human design, and all those things into the readings because I found it very helpful. And I still do that now with my therapy clients, the ones who are aligned with that process, because I find that just kind of having a snapshot of your energy can be very helpful,
Yes.
generally speaking.
Yeah.
The way that when I pull up someone's chart, though, it really does do something with my intuitive hits. So I will see certain things, I'll get certain impressions, and I'll just kind of go from there. But the way that I look at a chart is a basic astrology chart is broken up into 12 houses, 1 through 12, with one being, the most fundamental basic human stuff. Like if you were to say, house one is I'm a person. House 12 would be why am I a person? Okay, so you kind
Hmm.
of go through this evolution of human experience, connection with other people, building community, relationships, your impression in the outer community, all those different things. So you will have planets in each of these different houses, and the way I look at it is the houses in which you have these different planets are like the plot points of your movie that you
Mm.
put together when you decided to come down here and do life stuff. So you've created for yourself a person who is almost naturally aligned to run into the experiences that you wanted to have. Okay. So that doesn't mean that in a specific house, if you don't have a planet there, you're not going to have an experience there. You are. And the way I look at it is those houses with no planets, whatever you have going on there is probably going to be a plot point for your next life, right? Because you're like, ooh,
Interesting.
yeah. So that's
Hmm.
how I look at it. Now, we all have free will and we also have conditioning and life experiences that change how we react to things around us.
Hmm.
So, depending
Yeah.
on all of those different things, your expression of your chart may be very different and maybe really misaligned with who you are, which
Hmm.
is why we then go to therapy and do our healing work and try to get aligned with who we are. So, that's just a little bit of a snapshot. And so, take what resonates and leave what doesn't with
Hmm.
all this. A lot of times people will look at the big 3, which will be your sun, moon, and your rising. I look at more than that because
Yeah.
it gets more interesting. So we're just going to jump right in.
Let's do it.
All right, green bean, you ready? This is like I haven't seen this chart before, so this will be good. All right, so we've got an Aries sun, Sagittarius moon, just like me. We have a Mercury in Aries, Venus in Aries. We have a lot of Aries, Mars in Gemini, and rising in Gemini. Holy shit. Gee. Okay.
I'm excited.
Oh my God. And the other thing of note that you can't see here is when I look at the picture of Jean's chart, she's like, is that good?
She wants to
Now
know
look
if
at
she got
this.
an A.
I
Is it the
know,
best
I
one?
know. Did I win it? When you look at the snapshot of your chart, like you can see, the different houses like a pie chart
Hmm.
and the different planets in them. And all of Jean's are in the upper houses for the most part. She doesn't have houses 1 through 5 are completely empty, which tells me that Jean did not come here this life to learn how to be a person. She's already done that. She came here in this life to lead people.
Oh shit.
Okay. So all of Jean's planets are in houses for the most part 7 through 11. Okay. So it's not win or lose, but it is focus. So for example, with me, I have a lot of my houses in 4, 5, and 6, which
Hmm.
means a lot of my focus in this life is relationships
Hmm.
and like close connection and community. That's where I'm like really focusing. Jane is focusing on the macro picture, okay? How things influence the larger systems, okay? So that's just
Hmm.
kind of good to
Hmm.
know. She's like, mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm like, I know this
You
person.
should, yeah, you should know that this is Amanda's bestie, by the way.
Yes.
Okay.
Spoiler.
I have known Jean for years and years, but I don't know Jean super closely yet. After this, I'll be clocking you.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get back into it. So
Okay.
we've got our Sun in Aries and Moon in Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius moon, we'll talk about that first. Your moon
Okay.
is a fire sign. And if you think about the 3 types of fire you have in the zodiac, you've got Aries fire, Sagittarius fire, and Leo fire. Aries fire, it rules the first house. It's primordial fire. It's kind of like the spark of life. It's very fast. Okay. Sagittarius, think of it as a moving fire, kind of like an arrow on fire, just like shooting through the sky. It's an
Hmm.
expansive energy. Leo is like the bonfire that everybody warms themselves around.
Hmm.
Okay. So, with having your moon in Sagittarius, your moon rules your emotions. This is Sagittarius is also a very esoteric seeking sign. So,
Hmm.
when it comes to Jean's emotional life, she will tend to run away, not necessarily run, but move away from anything that's going to make her feel restricted emotionally. Okay.
Mm.
And um it's not that, well, maybe it is. I don't know. It's hard to say, not knowing your specific life stuff. But with a moon in Sagittarius, you are always going to be searching for more experiences and more knowledge, and you need to be moving. You don't want to sit
Hmm.
in you want to sit in your feelings necessarily.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it can be hard to pin you down emotionally, like to have like that deep conversation, like you've hurt my feelings, I've hurt your feelings, like, that kind of thing can be difficult.
Hmm.
So with your moon in Sagittarius, you are expansive, you are constantly moving, but I think I shouldn't have said running because again, it's more of a loftier movement. It's upwards. It's seeking and expansive. Um, you have your sun in Aries, which is, like I said before, Aries is the primordial life spark fire. Aries people tend to have a reputation for being hot-headed and very passionate. Um, okay, but also they get things done,
Yeah.
right? Aries, and you have quite a lot of Aries energy. You have a stellium, which is more than three placements in a sign. You have your Aries Mercury, Aries Venus, and Aries Sun. So you have a lot of fire and air in your chart, which is interesting because I would have thought you had more Earth sign, which is really interesting. But with all that Aries energy, you're really, really good at creating things from the beginning. Okay, like origin stuff. But also, you can be sharp. You can be very sharp tongued and pop off sometimes. You can pop off sometimes. Um, Now, with your Mercury in Aries, Mercury rules the planet of communication. With Aries and Mercury, there can be quite a challenge to slow down your communication for the common man. That can
Oh.
be a challenge because you know exactly what you want to say and you want to say it fast. And actually, the other part of your chart is going to come in here and support that um, pretty effectively as well.
I believe it.
Everything about Jean is going to be fast. Okay, it's fast.
Hmm.
Nothing is moving slow here at all. So, with your Mercury being in Aries, you know what you want to say and you want to say it quickly. And you really don't have time for people who slow talk about it. Like, it just, why don't you just go, not be here anymore? Haha. Like, why are you so stupid? Because it's just like, wow, like everything is so clear and simple. If you would just listen to me
Yes.
and don't interrupt me, we would just like, let's go, right?
Right. If you,
Okay.
yes. Hmm.
Yes. Then again, let's jump into our next Aries placement, your Venus, which is your house of relationships. Not to be confused with your house of sexual attraction. They are two different spaces, planets. Venus is going to be your relationship planet. And we have to just remember in our culture, we really tend to forget this, but relationships don't just mean romantic. In fact, they really don't. Because
Right.
our deepest connections are likely going to be with our friends if
Right.
you
Right.
actually sit and think about it, right?
Hmm.
So in relationship, you are Aries as well, which is again fiery, passionate, fast, not a long attention span. Not a long attention span. So to keep you in a relationship, you have to be stimulated intellectually. Okay.
Mm.
Any relationship, not just sexual relationships, like, but we'll get to that. But you have to be you if someone's going to keep your attention over the years. So I'm looking at my sis, right? It has to be somebody who is actually interesting and keeps it popping.
Um, yeah. Yeah. Stimulating for sure. What's she gonna do next? We just don't know.
We don't know.
We don't
Let's
know.
let's stay tuned. Is this like resonating so far, Jean? Are you feeling it? She's stimulated. She's feeling stimulating.
No, she's saying I am stimulating. That's why I've been able to keep her interest for
Yeah,
this
I
long.
I understood.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we're gonna jump into Mars. And so Mars is the planet of war. It is the planet of passion and it is the planet of sexual attraction. So oftentimes when a person is, looking for a romantic connection with somebody, they're actually going to think the first thing they should be focusing on is their Venus, right? Because that's romance.
Hmm.
But you are actually conditioned by this particular society to go with your Mars match first, because we always lead with our private parts. So you are going to go with whoever is sexually attracting you, which may or may not be an absolute disaster, right? How many of you have been like why am I so attracted to these idiots, right? Like why
Not
is it
me.
like they're so hot and then I get to know them and like nothing about them is okay? Like why, like what is wrong with me? And it's because you are going for your Mars attraction and trying
Yeah.
to make them fit the mold of your Venus, which
It's
may
not
be
you, it's the planets, babe.
it's the planets, babe. It's also probably, them. So also, so with Mars in Gemini, okay, Gene is what we lovingly refer to as a sapiosexual. This is a person who is sexually turned on by intelligence.
Mm.
Okay. So
Mm.
Gene does not want to do sexy time with dumb people.
No, first you have to know what that means. What sapiosexual means. That's step one.
I
If
just
you
explained it.
I know, I know. I know.
When you say like, she gives good head, it's like brain.
Damn, Sarah. Why was that so aggressive?
It wasn't. It's her. She put a brain emoji in the chat.
Oh my
Pay
Okay.
attention.
Okay,
Is this
I'm
clocking
sorry.
to
I
you?
I'm
Okay.
literally paying attention. You have my full attention.
Okay. So, all right. So Mars and Gemini, let's continue. So Mars and
Okay.
Gemini, Gemini is the first air sign we're talking about for Gene. Gemini is signified by the twins. A lot of people with Gemini energy often feel like there are several different versions of them within them. And Gemini energy is incredibly fast processing. Okay. So when you have a lot of Gemini energy, you likely feel that the world around you is lagging, like in a lagging. And you have, in order to live here, it's like you have to buffer constantly because you basically are at the end of the book when everybody else is on chapter 2. And now you have to sit there and wait for everyone else to get through at their, aching speed. And then by the time they get there, you're already like on a different planet and you don't want to talk about it anymore.
She said, "This is why I can't slow down."
No, I actually agree with Jean. She can't slow down.
You can't slow down. We've
Slow
we've
down is
confirmed.
death. Because she doesn't have anything to slow down too. That's the other thing. So okay, with your Mars and Gemini though, let's talk about this a little more. So Mars again is your passion planet. It is your planet of war, so that's going to be conflict, and it's the thing that gets you going, right?
Hmm.
So when it comes to being sexually attracted to a person, if you want to stay sexually attracted to them, you have to be mentally stimulated. If you at any point in time think this person is an idiot, it is going to kill your libido so hard.
Mm.
Now, with having a Venus Aries and a Mars Gemini in relationship, again, that person is going to have to be able to keep you interested. Now, are there other things that can kind of come in here and influence your ability to be with a certain person? Yes, especially as a woman. Because as a
Hmm.
woman, we're again conditioned to, get into relationships and act a certain way, oftentimes against the way we would naturally be, right? So
Hmm.
we have to remember that. But in order to be in a relationship with somebody and have it last and also want to still have sex with them, you have to be mentally stimulated and you just have to be generally interested more than not, right? Like they have to occasionally do something that makes you go, what? Like, but not in a stupid way.
Well, yes, yes, important distinction.
It is
She just
important.
said that her husband knows many things that she doesn't, so that is good.
That is good. and probably rare, you know? So we have that. Now we have to double down on Gemini because Jean is a Gemini rising. Okay. So, Jean, your big three are Sun in Aries,
Hmm.
Gemini rising, and Sagittarius moon. So, your fire, fire, air. Just think of that all together. What does that say? Like, what does that bring to mind to you?
Like a big fire, a fire that is being blown and gonna burn everything down.
Yeah, like a fire tornado. Fire tornado. Fire tornado. And it's interesting because having met Jean several times, she gives off such a grounded energy. And I have to ask you, how did you learn to do that? Is that like a skill you cultivated? Like, how do you appear so calm?
Oh, that's interesting, right? Did she
I don't
train
know.
herself with that
Well,
big old brain of hers?
I'm just curious. Like, is this something that you're aware of? Like, do you
She's
have you
like this
actively done
this
that?
way keeps the idiots grounded.
Mm-hmm.
I'm laughing,
I'm
but you're
curious
like, no,
about it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm certainly curious because again, having met Jean, I'm kind of like, wow, how does she do it?
She does not know.
She does not know. Well, that's fine.
We'll put a pin in that one, I
Put a pin
think.
in that one. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're gonna revisit that.
Oh, are we? Okay. So anyhow, with all that being said, Jean, do you have like any questions about these things? Is anything like in particular hitting? I really am surprised by the fact that you only have like two signs that you're playing with here. This is really funny to me that like it's Aries and Gemini, Aries and Gemini, Aries and it's so fiery and so much air. But
Yeah.
a lot of people, just like something I've noticed over the years, a lot of people who have a lot of Gemini placements do tend to be neurodivergent as well. Uh,
Hmm.
a lot of people with ADHD specifically seem to this again, this is not peer-reviewed studies. This is just
I'm
my
not a
thoughts.
doctor.
These are just things I've been connecting, but
Yep.
and it makes sense to me because ADHD people have very fast brains.
Hmm.
And it's kind of like a
Yes.
superhuman speed processing, and that's Gemini. Gemini is very, 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 very fast. Very, very, very fast. So the other thing to look at here is Jean has her moon. When we talked to the Sagittarius moon, you have your moon, which is your emotional life, in the seventh house, which is pretty much the only, yeah, that's it. That's pretty much all you have in there. And that kind of tells me that one of the things that you probably came here to learn is how to expand emotionally within your relationships. Okay. So the rest of your chart is very much like, how is this affecting the larger picture, the larger community? And with your Sagittarius moon in the seventh house, that tells me that's that one place where you're like, okay, dial back just a little, less a big picture, more of a closer picture. Your friends and not necessarily. Do I want to say family? I want to say your connections, like
Hmm.
your important connections. I think a lot of Oh, she says our wedding officiant looked straight at me and said, "Wow, you really don't like intimacy."
And you're like, I'm getting married.
I'm literally being married. What more do you
Like,
want from
what
me?
else do you want from me? Like,
I'm checking this box. Like, hello, I'm
Jesus.
totally a person. I'm humaning. What else do you want?
Yeah, you're like, yeah, is my money still good? Jeez.
Wow, that's such a like bizarre thing for a wedding officiant to say. Like, stay in your lane, dude or ma'am.
Jean, she had a funny wedding officiant. I'm not remembering the whole story, but now that I am thinking back, that is actually kind of funny.
Oh,
There's layers there. Yeah, 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 yeah. But it's now been almost 8 years uh, since we all married each other at various points in a 6 month span of time.
wow, you all got married so close together.
Yeah, our weddings were 6 months apart, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, why would I know that?
Um, I would know because I was like in a size zero still. I remember getting fitted for Jean's like bridesmaid skirt, and I was like, I don't know if this is realistic. Like, anyhow, skirt doesn't fit anymore. Probably fits
Sure.
you. Arr, 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 arr.
Anyway, anyway,
Well, I like that. I like that.
what
Lots
did
to
you
unpack
like?
there.
Oh, you like the chart reading?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the chart reading too. I think it's interesting, right? And it's I think what I like about charts is not like telling people who they're supposed to be or what they're supposed to do, but more like, hey, does this make sense for you?
Right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Sometime later. Yes. Invoices in the mail.
No, I would send my invoice to you.
Right. Yes.
Right. Right. Anyhow, so cool.
Anyhow.
Yeah, so I like doing these. I think we'll kind of pop these in. Um,
Hmm.
Beth is going to be the next person that we do, not today, obviously. Um, but if you are interested in possibly having your chart read on the
Hmm.
podcast and also live on Instagram.
Well, I feel like you have to do mine too, right? Like, did we do
I
mine?
thought I did yours. Maybe I didn't. Did I not do it comprehensively? I thought I did.
I don't think you did, and I feel like that's what kind of kicked it off, like the conversation.
Okay.
But yes, Beth, you can go. You can go next, obviously,
Yeah. I mean, Amanda will keep. I think I definitely read your husband
to filth.
to filth.
Just real quick, while we were on FaceTime, he was looking real ashamed of his planet.
He just like put his head down and walked away.
He was like, okay, okay.
I wasn't being mean. I was just being honest.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Sometimes
Yeah.
those are the same thing. But Jean's takeaway is that she has won astrology, which is she
No, it
took
does it does not surprise me that you took notes, and lucky for you, this whole thing is being recorded. So you can have it, and I will also, Jean, I will send you. In fact, I'll do it right now. This is your chart, and you can peruse that at your leisure. You can look at
hmm
your pretty picture. I actually have, is it here? This is on my shoulder there is
Yeah.
that's my natal chart configuration.
Oh.
Yeah, because like any good Scorpio, I overly identify with being a Scorpio, so I have it tattooed all over my body.
I mean, it was your first tattoo. It was the scorpion. You're like, oh.
I know back when I didn't even know anything about astrology. I was like, I
Yeah.
think I think what I need is a massive scorpion on my hip.
And I was like, and I need a nautical star on my back. And you were like, we should call out of work and go get some tattoos.
It was our sister time.
Well, you know what's so funny? This is actually reminding me of like over the weekend when we were doing the IV drips, and it like occurred to you that they were going to put a needle in your arm when she got there. And
Oh
then you
my
started
God.
freaking out like, how else do you think that this is going to work? But
Amanda.
when we showed up, when we you were so bent out of shape getting that tattoo. I I remember I was like on my sidekick, like that's the year, okay? And I was like on AIM just chatting away and you were like writhing. It
Okay, but I think for our audience, because I obviously have many tattoos, okay? I think you should just understand that the tattoo I chose as my first tattoo is placed within my hip bone. So like between my hip bone and my belly button, okay? Is where I'm gonna have this tattoo. It is as big as my hand. And all it is the world's ugliest scorpion, completely colored in thickly in black. Okay. So it is a black, solid, no features scorpion as big as my hand. So, yes, it fucking hurt. It was unreal. It was absolutely ridiculous. I had claw marks in my tits.
I was like, but this is what we signed up for. And you're like,
No,
oh
it's
my God.
not. You had a little line drawing on your back, okay? I
It's
had
filled in,
I
Sarah.
had internal surgery. Okay.
Oh my God. It's
It
literally filled
hurt.
in. My
It
nautical star guiding me home all these years.
guiding someone home.
On that note, I hope everyone has such a nice weekend. I really enjoyed chatting with you. I can't wait for you to do my chart. And,
Same.
you know, stay safe out there.
Don't get lost at sea.
Don't get lost at sea. All right, bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for listening to I'm Your Mother Now podcast, an Amala Moon production. If you loved today's episode, make sure to subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if I've done the RSS feed properly, wherever you get your pods. You can follow us on Instagram at IYMN_podcast to watch us live on Friday mornings and catch the full episodes on our YouTube channel, I'm Your Mother Now podcast. We'd love if you could share this with a friend who'd vibe with the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps more people to find us. We'll see you next week. Bye.